Hi there, Jack. Welcome back, and it's good to be back on the channel and doing lots of stuff. And there's also some noise coming out my window. Ignore that. Hopefully you won't be able to hear that because I've got the microphone on. This is my new microphone. Really cool this actually is. But we're talking about the new CA regulation, the change proposal for the UK registration scheme that's coming up in November. This is a consultation covering a change of proposal for the government mandate UK drone registration scheme, which is due to launch on the 1st of October 2019 and is an illegal requirement under the ANO, Air Navigation Order, from the 30th of November. Everyone has to register their drones. There's two sides of this. So you've got the person that owns the drone, but not necessarily flies it, person who flies the drone. And obviously should be a third one actually, the person who actually owns and flies the drone at the same time. But a lot of people have been saying on YouTube when they talk about this new policy that's coming in play, it should be three things, not two, because it's confusing. And I will put the document up very soon on the screen to show you what I mean by that. So the government has provided a significant amount of taxpayers' funding to cost the developing of the new drone registration scheme up to the 1st of October 2019. Apparently it's going to be like millions of pounds. From the date onwards, the costs of running the scheme will be borne by brought to you by those who use it under the user's pay principle. This is because a statutory body, the CAA, has recovered the costs for the regulation. That was going to cost them lots of money. Okay, so what they actually basically saying is we're proposing an annual charge of £16.50 for each operator every single year, not one off, every single year per annum basically, and this will cover the registration scheme will cover, which includes the IT hosting and security costs, the CAA personal and help desk, identification verification, that's a bit of a mouthful there, and a national education and awareness campaigns, and cost of further upgrades to initial drone registration service going forward. And a lot of people have been moaning about it. It's like millions of pounds going to cost, you know. Does it really cost that much for this sort of system, you know? But they are talking about maybe an app that can be like every police force can have a hold. So when you get your registration codes, whether you're an operator or a flyer, that police can punch that in there and get all your details up and know that you are fully compliant with the CA regulations. And that way they can just leave you to be. So then people that are moaning at you flying and telling the police come down, rather than trying to shove, like, you know, have you read these laws, do you know about them, and causing a lot of aggravations, and some people get upset by it because they don't want to talk and go through these regulations with the police. It'd be easy, one ID, type it in, okay, there you go, Mr. Blogs, thanks very much, you're okay to fly, see you later. Job easy, it's easy that way. So the basic cost on over 170,000 registrations over an 18-month period. So I don't know where they got the 170,000 registrations. I think the last video I saw, the guy was talking about its various sources. They got the information from. Saying they think there's 170,000 people that fly drones in the UK. But trouble is, third-party companies like, you know, shops that sell drones are not submitting their sales figures to them to give them more of an accurate figure on that side, because I mean they can make a fortune on this if there's over like 500,000 people paying £16.50. That's a lot of dough going to the CAA. That's probably the biggest sort of money income they can make, you know. And sort of hopefully if it is that big, they reduce the cost maybe. So yeah, so you got to register your drone. It's confusing. Let me put this thing up on the screen here, which gives you the PDF document. That tells you about the way to register, how you would register your drone. This is the confusing part. Everyone was complaining about it, and obviously when I was watching a video from the guy at the CA, he did explain it quite easily. So there's two sides to it, saying. So here's a look on the document. On what you can see is you got, if you're responsible for drone or of the model aircraft. So if you're for basically, if it's yours, but you don't fly it, you got to visit the CAA website, tell them who you are, pay an annual fee, get your registration number, and label your drone. Sorted. Okay. Now, if you don't own the drone, so let's say, for instance, it's your kid or a friend you bought the drone to allow them to use, they have to log onto the website, the CAA website. They have to read the rules, pass the test, tell us and tell them who they are and get their fly registration number. So that's one bit. So that's quite easy to set up. So if you're a dad and you bought a drone for your son, that's quite simple and easy to do. Okay, sorted. But what happens if you are both? Do you have to do both? That's the confusing part, because it doesn't actually say on there. You only, it says, well, it's confused by it says you only need single registration if you're both flyer and responsible for the drone or model aircraft. But which one do you comply by? Which one do you log in with? It's confusing. So they should literally give it, maybe have a third one there to sort of say, you know, model aircraft. I mean, do you really need, when it says one or the other, a label for your drone, label flyer? Wouldn't they be two different accounts on there to say that you're responsible but not a flyer? It's confusing, but they need to change it. But that's roughly what you need to do, is do one or the other. But it wasn't quite straightforward whether you do both. So it's still up in arms. So maybe I'll see if I can get hold of the CAA on a live video. Maybe I'll ask these questions, how to explain that graft and how that is meant to work for people that own and fly as well. Otherwise, it's straightforward. If you're a dad and you've got a kid or you're a friend, allowing your friend to fly, you know, it's a bit more easy that way. But no, so that's the rules at the moment. £16.50. Yeah, £16.50 per year to have that details, which I think in a way is a bit of a pain in the backside because it's more money going out. But obviously, if you're any hobby costs people money anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So that makes any difference. I mean, you could be a bagger driver, you've got to pay money. I mean, bagger driver is more expensive. If you're shooting a gun, got to have a gun license. Any particular hobby, you've got to spend something towards it. My son likes the BB gun. I can't recall them. I don't know, called BB guns, but airsoft. He likes airsoft, but he has to buy the gun. He has to buy all the bullets. He has to go and pay to play it in airsoft with other people. So you do spend sort of money, you know. So it's not a cheap thing. So, and obviously what they're asking for is not a lot. Actually, think about £16.50 for the year. And it doesn't matter how many drones you have. It's not based on how many drones you got. It's based on you as a flyer or as you as a responsible adult for looking after it. So maybe it's a good thing. So let me know what you think about this. Put your comments details below and tell me what do you think about it. Would you pay the £16.50 to register? And the other thing, bear in mind, they're actually thinking and bringing this scheme worldwide so that if you go abroad, your registration details will work abroad as well. That's what they're hoping to do, is have a database that every country can connect to know whether you're a professional flyer or responsible adult for the drone, and all that sort of stuff. So that might be a really good thing, especially going back a year or two ago when you fully became a pilot to fly drones. You could only do it in the country you actually did the registration for. So this would be a good thing. They can push using that money to push that technology so that you can fly abroad without actually costing anything additional. Because apparently in the UK, I mean, the weather's not really good in the UK, so it'd be great. You can actually go abroad, work, come back to the UK when it's more sunnier. So then you can become a full-time pilot, you know, drone pilot if you wanted to, and get more work in that way. That would be a good thing. So it's got some benefits onto it. Let me know, you guys, what you think. Is this a benefit? Is it more money to trying to get out of us? Tell me your comments. Again, comment below. And if you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button down here somewhere. And obviously hit that bell notification to let me know next time I do a video. And hopefully we'll do some more videos. And we'll be able to answer some common questions you may have as well. So again, comment below and see you on the next video. Cheers and thanks for watching. And thanks to all new subscribers hanging in there. I'm back. And we'll see what we can do going forward with some new exciting videos. Cheers.